Good morning and welcome back to Arsenal Domination, where it is Champions League week again for Arsenal and a big week ahead. Um, in this video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the injuries coming into this game. It's been the story of the season, of course, um, and it's why I was a little bit disappointed when Gary Neville's comments about regression didn't really overly talk about sort of some of the factors behind the regression this season. He is right that Arsenal have regressed. If you just look at it at the top level, but he didn't talk about any of the context around that. And I think you have to talk about context around that when you're talking about any side in the season, both the good and the bad parts of the context. And I thought that was a little bit disappointing. But, Gary Neville, a much better pundit than me. Maybe I've got it wrong. But anyway, that was just my personal reflection on that. But the injuries coming to the game, I think, are really important. Arsenal heavily rotated against Brentford. Probably still should have won the game, but didn't. And again, it's been the story of the season. It's one of the things I think you have to talk about with the season is that toothlessness in attack to some extent. That Arsenal too slow and allow teams to get back into it. And I think that was evident again on Saturday. But the point around the rotation was to get a few minutes for Bukayo Saka, which we did, but to rest key players in going into the game against Real Madrid. And the hope was that we could come out that game injury-free. And sadly, that didn't happen with two of our midfielders picking up injuries. Let's talk with the more serious player, but the less serious injury, Thomas Partey. He picked up an injury. We are told it is precautionary. And the hope, therefore, is that he will be available to start alongside Declan Rice on Wednesday. I think that's going to be really, really important because his deputy, Jorginho, appeared to get a rib injury. He seemed in a lot of discomfort. And he's got to be a major doubt for Wednesday. And I think if both of them are missing, Arsenal have a real big issue there. Because either Moreno is going to have to drop out of attack, which presumably means Trossard goes into the front line, or they have to start Zinchenko in midfield. I think the more likely option there is Mikel Moreno starting alongside Declan Rice. I think that would be the smarter plan there. With Martinelli, I'd like to see go in as number 9, but I think it would be Trossard. I think that's what Mikel Arteta will do in that scenario. But really, you want the two that sort of started the game against Real Madrid because they were excellent. Partey and Rice, both in great form. That's what you want. So we have to hope that the Partey injury is precautionary. Jorginho, an option off the bench, is a really lovely one to have if you want to control the game and see the game out with 10-15 minutes to go. And he's going to be a big loss. But let's hope that they recover. Ben White, the other injury absentee, but Timber will start there. But it would be nice to have White as a backup given Timber's injury record. But then my thoughts. I'll speak to you soon.